Okay, so today I was excited because I really wanted to get down to the nitty-gritty and give you some strategies on how to accomplish your goals and your visions, which of course line up with your legacy. So we want to learn to do actionable steps daily that line up with our legacy, which we've already prayed about, and hopefully you have written it down and honed in on it and are really clear about what that is for you. So that is also your why for every day. Now, we divided those into three different categories, really: your personal, your professional, and your spiritual. So you made specific goals in each one of those areas. Basically, how do you want to feel at the end of 2025 at moving towards that final goal by leaving that legacy? So you have to be really clear on that as well. The next thing you do is we're going to break them into quarters. Okay, we're going to take the whole year, and here's just an example, and we're going to go ahead and put what your why is in the middle. It can be, this one was professionally focused, but then you could put something else down there if you want. So anyhow, in the first quarter, of course, we have January, February, March, then it's right April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and then there we are at 2025. So you take quarter one, you divide that up into the 3 months, January, February, March. Then in January, you divide it up into the amount of weeks that there are there in January, and then you put it into daily actionable steps. So I did that for January, which was basically just to get clarity on what I wanted to do in those three different categories: personally, spiritually, and professionally. And then February, I started making specific goals. For like spiritually, I really want to memorize more verses. So I want to memorize specific verses on the heart. So for week one, look those up, start to say them when I'm going to be remembering them. For professionally, there was a certain amount of money I wanted to increase my income by, and then what I needed to do that, building a client base or whatever that was. So specific goals though for that. So that's what to do each day. Then, of course, every day, you have to get your journal out and you have to surrender to God, of course, and then you have to write down what you need to accomplish for this day, all the things you'd like to accomplish. You might not get them all. Circle the top 3 and begin to work towards those. Do those things every single day. It takes you showing up. So anyhow, the scripture that for this one that really God gave me for this is Proverbs 4:26, which says, "Ponder the path of your feet and let all your ways be established." So that's what we're doing here. We're pondering the path of our feet. Our feet want to go towards this legacy. We want to point our children to Christ. We want them to see us living a story, a life that's very exciting, and maybe difficult at times, but how do we get through those difficulties with Him? So those are the things that we want to do. And then we want to let all our ways be established. So that means, how are you going to get there? What are you going to do each and every day to get to that point? The other thing I just wanted to touch on really quick was how everybody is talking about mindset. And mindset is so, so important. But I know the scripture, I think that everybody will agree on, really talks about mindset. It's right in the Bible. It's Romans 12:1. I'm going to be reading it out of the King James Version. And it says, "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service." That takes a whole lot of thought. I'm just going to leave that at that. But here it is. "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." So you're going to be transformed, mindset, by the renewing of your mind, so that you can prove what is the perfect and acceptable will of God. So God has a plan and a purpose for each of us, and it's not just some not so exciting thing. He has a epic life for us. Everybody has an epic story to live. And if in your mind you're right now saying, "She's crazy," that's not true. Yes, it is true. And you can start right now. Remember, again, it's not about us. It's about pointing people to Him. But live your life and don't be afraid, and go out there and do what you should do for Him. Okay, I love you.